What is happening, everybody? Welcome to Off the Rails, a recovery podcast dedicated to ending the stigma of addiction through open discussion on all things recovery related. My name is Mark. With me always are Dave and Jared. And how we doing today, fellas?
Hello.
Doing
good.
Glad to be back.
It's good to have you back.
Good to have you. Yes,
How's
sir.
everyone's week been? Who wants to start?
You want me to start with my torturous couple weeks?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go for
We got
it.
a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, so I had to take a little mental health break because burnout is real, I've figured out. I think I worked like for 2 weeks straight every day in the hot weather and I fell apart. One of Bree's best friends from high school passed away tragically on a motorcycle last week, so that's been a little hard on her. And we've both been sick for the past couple weeks as well. And my daughter's been sick. She's in the hospital. It's been a rough couple weeks on both of us, and I wasn't really supporting her the way I should have been. Anyways, yeah, it was just a rough couple weeks. Definitely the worst time I've had since being sober. And I started to question being sober during these past couple weeks because it was so, like, I was in such a dark place mentally. So that can get scary. But yeah, I got through it, thank God. And I feel very good that I did, because I would have been. What?
I was just gonna say, did you have to use any of those tools or anything, or besides play the tape through, or you just kind of battled it out?
Nothing. I couldn't use any tools really. I was just in a mental shit show. I guess I would say I white knuckled it, but it makes me realize that I really gotta like this week I went back to my meetings again. I threw in an extra meeting. I was gonna go tonight, but Bree's on call and he's got a couple of calls, so use this as my meeting, which is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go to a meeting tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to get up to 4 a week now because I need to get my shit together, and I plan on starting to work the 12 steps as soon as I'm hoping in the next month or so to take it a little more seriously.
Nice. There was some good news there though, right? With your what you found out though the other day at the meetings. Did you find out there was some leisure activities?
Yeah, someone I met at the meeting said there's they do like golf activities and then hockey. So this is a new meeting that I went to, and yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm gonna hit that one up again this week, get my 9-month chip at this upcoming week. I think what day is it today? The 30th?
Today's Canada Day.
Okay, so in 6 days, so Friday, I guess I get my chip. So I'll have to go to a meeting that night.
It'd be sweet.
So I'm pretty stoked about that, and I'm glad that I toughed through it. I need to and then I was like trying to keep doing the podcast while I was in this like state of emergency. And I was just coming apart. So I was pretty upset that I missed the podcast, and I was scared of what you guys would think, but you guys are amazing, and I appreciate you guys for all your support behind the scenes. I love you guys.
Love you too, bro.
Love you too, bro.
It's most important to take care of yourself, man.
Yeah. So I'm back. Hopefully no more ruts like that for a while, and get back on track and have a good month of July for the pod.
You gotta keep sticking to those things that work, eh?
Yeah. And I know this works too. And I bet you another thing is if I actually like got myself to come on it, I bet you I would have been okay. But I was just, I was having so many negative thoughts, such bad mindset. And I also didn't want to come on and have I didn't want to bring you guys down and I didn't want to not give it my all. I didn't. So I kind of, yeah, I was in a little bit of a kerfuckle.
I'm glad you're feeling better, man.
Yeah, I'm feeling better. Yeah, life's good again. It was never bad, but it just shows you that sobriety isn't always fucking rainbows and I don't know, happiness, because it's like there is like some dark times, but I feel like the more dark times you have and the better you can get through them without using substances or alcohol, I think the better person you'll become. So I'm pretty happy about that I made it through that. I'm pretty proud of myself because that was fucking brutal. So yeah. How was your week, guys?
I want to ask you about your Canada Day. What did you do?
Oh, Canada Day today. We went. So right now we're house sitting Bree's parents. As you can tell, I'm in like studio. I don't even know. Not my home. Bree worked this morning. My daughter and I went to Giant Tiger, got a Kinder Egg at her request.
Nice.
And a little stuffy. And then she said, Daddy, can we go to Denny's? So we went out for Denny's breakfast, which was pretty awesome.
Sweet.
Solid.
And then I had a midday nap. And then we went to, there's this event over in Kingston. There's a new community center. And it had a bunch of inflatables, like jumping castles and stuff. And it had a chip truck there, face painting, a live band. So we took her over there and she got to go on these big jumping castle slides and jumping castles. Yeah. And it's been a pretty good Canada Day. We were planning on taking her to the fireworks tonight, but she did not nap today and finally passed out because she was way overtired. It was an all around good day. Nice family time. That's another thing I gotta I need to work on my responsibility as a parent as well as work parent type thing. So yeah.
Nice.
I got all weekend off. I'm so pumped about it. I just like it's been months and months and months of not having a weekend off. So
Shit, yeah, you're gonna get some family time in?
oh heck yeah.
Sweet, buddy.
Yeah. And that's pretty well it in a nutshell. Then but I'm right back into the meetings again. I know I keep I gotta stay consistent because I keep getting into them and then I fall off. And this has always happened my whole life. Like with things, I'm never consistent. Like I'll do the gym and then I'll fall off the wagon. I'll go to meetings and then I'll fall off the wagon. The only thing I've stayed consistent with is sobriety, which is good, but I need to stay consistent with the meetings and all the stuff that go along with being sober, right? So
Absolutely.
It's a big learning process, and I think it's another thing why I love this podcast is because you can see our journey and how like the ups and downs, right? So
Shit, yeah, buddy. I agree.
yeah. All right. How was your weeks?
Dave?
Mark?
Alan?
Dave?
Yeah, I can go quick here. I don't know. I feel like I'm freezing like nonstop here. When you guys are talking,
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Glitchy all over, but okay, perfect. I'll just keep going, even though it seems like it's freezing. But yeah, me, I've had a good week, man. Work's been good. The new gig has been nice. Been enjoying it. Worked today, a little 8-hour shift. Yeah, man, it's pretty sweet. I enjoy it. It's fun. So like that's been good. Yeah, the other day I kind of had a down day the other day. like a day and a half. I was feeling kind of I don't know, I was a little sorry for myself or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It just was an off day, feeling like, I don't know, the women prospect up here might be hard to kind of find something, with.
Sorry for laughing.
So I don't know, that kind of got me down a little bit, but yeah, right back up there again now. So,
Dave,
but
do you
other
mean
than that, yeah.
Sorry, Dave. Do you mean like the woman in the area where you're living, or in general up there?
Yeah, just in general. Like, I know there's not a ton up in my area. I mean, there's women wherever, like in the Sioux and stuff like that. I'm not in town a lot in the Sioux, so it's kind of hard to meet people in town and like out and about kind of thing. Out here at the cottage, like, forget it. It's like, it's just families and stuff, or retired people or whatever. So I'm not overly concerned. It just kind of got me down a bit, and I'm just like, is it gonna be harder now too? Like, a lot of people up in the Sioux like to party, like to drink, like girls are like that as well. Is it going to be even more? Am I shrinking my pool of women to pick from even that much more, right? With like being almost 40, and like, I mean, I can go younger. Don't get me wrong. I can go a little bit older, but
Man, I was reading yesterday, because I'm doing this like bulletin. I'm trying to do up this bulletin board down at the soup kitchen for like resources and shit. So I was reading about there's like a sober dating app, hey?
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So maybe you could check that bad boy out.
Yeah.
Probably check that age range. A little younger than 40, a little over. Sober.
Yeah. Somewhere in there.
There you go.
So yeah, man.
I'll figure out
Who could resist someone like you, Dave?
Oh, thanks.
That's what I'm saying. If you're single in the Batchewana Bay area, and not all over my man, like,
you got a whole beach in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fucking right. So
a cabin in the woods.
Cabin in the woods.
Either be very intriguing or very scary, I think.
I know. I made that sound kind of.
Yeah. But
I agree.
Yeah. Mark, how was your week been?
My week, I had a couple down in the dumps days as well. Just again, like, just feeling sorry for myself, beating myself up, being like, it's gonna take you a while to build back the shit that you used to have. So I was beating myself up a lot, but it was kind of nonsense. I'm glad I'm not feeling that way anymore. What else? Oh man, today it's at Canada Day in this like park that's here. So there's like a concert, and there's like just like food trucks everywhere, like a live band playing on like a big stage. And it just like, I had such an alcohol craving. It was crazy. I was just like, today would be sweet to have a beer. And
really?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, it was like fucking 30 degrees, and I was just like, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I had a Mexican soda, and that did the trick. It was a bottle. It tasted delicious. Didn't ruin my life. My life didn't spiral out of control at 1:00 today. So like, man, I don't know. That was like, I was able to kind of deal with it and just not be an idiot at a family event, right?
I have a hypothetical question.
Yeah.
Say you were, because you were not classified as an alcoholic. You wouldn't classify yourself as that, right?
I mean, probably not, but I look back and there's nights like, but I don't know.
What do you think would happen if you drank?
Here's what would happen. I'll tell you straight up. First time would be fine. I'd have a couple. Second time, it'd be fine. Like, I'd be able to have a couple beer for a couple times, but then eventually I'm gonna have couples turns of 3, and then 3, I'm gonna be like, you know what would be fucking sweet right now? You know what I'm talking about, man. When you get 3 drinks in you, you're like, yup.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All your shit goes out the window.
Yeah. My life's losing everything.
Generally
hard for.
Yeah. Having a couple of drinks generally doesn't help your decision making.
No. Yeah, and then so that's why I can't drink alcohol. Right?
Yeah, because I don't know. Like, I've heard of there's like people that were cocaine addicts and stuff that quit doing cocaine and then can drink, but I just don't understand that either.
I don't get that at all, man. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's having 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like you're gonna be just a matter of time before you're both feet are back in. I think. I mean, I don't know, but
Yeah,
it seems like
just
playing with fire a bit.
I absolutely agree. It'd only be a matter of time before my life blew up again, right?
Yeah.
So,
I'm shocked you had a craving for alcohol. That's
yeah, man. It was just like the atmosphere. We walked by like a baseball stadium, hear people like
Yeah.
cheering or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, just to drink at those. Then went to like there's this concert playing, just reminded me of like some like great times we're partying, right? So I don't know. Then I just had that fucking soda and it was awesome.
yeah.
Had some tacos, which I wouldn't have done if I was drinking and doing drugs. So
You gotta get a Burrito Bros truck at those events.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, I was thinking today though, last Canada Day, I was at Newgate, right? I was like floating around in the Rideau. How do you pronounce it? Rideau? Is that right? Yeah, it was floating around in that, and like I thought it was such an amazing Canada Day sober. It's first one. It's like typically I would always party on Canada Day off and all, right? And this is my second one in a row sober, so I'm stoked.
Nice.
So I started trying to make a change. Had a couple hiccups, but I'm fucking in it here now.
Yeah, you are.
So guys, should we talk Adam's episode?
Absolutely.
That was a nice pen flip. Nice. Yeah, Adam's episode was sweet.
Yeah, really cool.
It was like a lot.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like a lot of that in his episode. I loved it, but a lot of that in his episode related to me.
Yeah.
And it kind of fucked me up for like a night. Just like I got thinking about stuff and whatnot. And those are the conversations you need to have to keep yourself remembering.
Yeah.
But yeah, like some of the really dark stuff he was talking about really reminded me of myself, and it scared me because I haven't really thought about that kind of stuff in a while. So but man, that guy, oh yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say that guy Adam, he's like doing so much good. I would love to even try his program, but I don't know right now that I could keep up to that because seems quite intense, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure you need to take on more right now.
No. But one day I would love to give that a try because it's like what he's doing is amazing.
Yes.
And so cool. And I haven't seen anything like that yet in recovery. And I think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe for you it could be something like, oh sorry, when you get your steps done, you could like add that into it after, kind of like,
yeah, he's such a nice guy too though. Like he'll send me messages and stuff on stuff like post or pictures, and yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, I've chatted with him a couple times since. He's solid. Man, I really like how he's just so honest about, because I find a lot of times like drug dealing lifestyle is like glamorized a lot, and like he really talks about like the dark side of that shit, and like that's not talked about a whole lot, right? Like getting cracked in the back of the head with a baseball bat is not talked about, right? And that shit is part of that lifestyle, which is like that, that's, you should think about that rather than.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I never even thought of that, because like you're right. I'm sure when he was selling, he was making some pretty good money and probably having a lot of fun, and he really didn't even get into that. It was more just the fucking shit he went through.
Yeah, exactly, man. He
So,
didn't glamorize it at all, because like when you look at that shit, like it's always glamorized, like the money and like women and shit like that, right? The partying, but you don't look at the harsh, terrible shit that comes from it, and it does happen, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Kidnapped and shit, man. Like fuck that. No.
Yeah.
I wore the headband in his honor today.
Yeah. Got jacked early this morning too. Like I'm up and at him early.
Oh yeah,
man, he gets up so early.
Yeah, he does, man. He's in the gym like 4:30 every morning.
The one day I saw he was in the gym at like 3:20 something in the morning. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say something and I forgot now.
Just like him and The Rock and Mark Wahlberg, just early.
Mark Strickland.
And Mark Strickland.
Yeah.
I got my back and bison today at well, not quite as early. It was like 8 o'clock before work. It's all good.
Man, I like Jared, you were kind of touching on this, I think, too, where how he was so honest about like how in early recovery he was like kind of depressed and stuff as well, right? Like I like how he was honest about that, man, because like it's not always, it's not always sunshines and sunshine. I don't fucking know what I'm saying. It's
sunshine
not always,
and rainbows.
Yes, that's it. Sunshine and rainbows. It's not always sunshine and rainbows, right? There are going to be hard times.
I said rainbows and something earlier, and then you said the sometimes and I don't know, and then we just pieced it together.
Sweet. 2 half a brain take a full one, buddy.
Yeah. It was, yeah, actually, I like that part too, because I think especially for people that are like newly sober, like you have your good days and things like that, but then like you're talking to people that are maybe a couple years sober, or like we're talking to these people that are like all fucking like loving life and just like great energy, and you almost feel like sometimes if you're having a shit day, you're like, oh fuck, am I doing this wrong? Like, am I not doing sobriety right? Like, why am I feeling fucking shitty?
Yeah,
but
I have those thoughts too, man. I'm like, maybe this not for me.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, everyone has those days in sobriety. They got to, right?
Yeah.
That's like
just
those
get a
days
reminder.
where you just like, and that was like my last 2 weeks. You just don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, why am I even doing this if I can't even like get myself out of bed? But that's mental. That's your mental health, and you need to work on that too. You need to like do other things to try to help yourself so you can. And I think all these guys we talk to have done so much work on their mental health and themselves.
Yeah.
Right. Like like you said, like Adam, 2 years, he was like, what, 2 years until he really started to figure it out.
Yeah.
And he went through all the steps, and so hats off to him for sticking with it for that long before he actually was happy, because that's a huge thing with me too. I'm like, well, I'm not happy. Why am I doing this? But you got to just keep your head down and just keep doing it, and you'll be happy.
Yeah, that's how I look at it too. When I'm like I had a couple of bad days this week, right? And I'd be like, no matter what, like I can handle this, right? But I don't know if I can handle going back to the way I was. I can deal with this, and I can tough out days like this, but I don't think I can go back. Well, I know I can't go back to how it was. Right?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I think it's important for us to kind of talk about it too, because a lot of people we've had on like haven't really, they got years under their belt, and maybe they, for the most part, a lot of them didn't really get into sharing their story for, a little bit into their sobriety. And I think one of the reasons why, it just reminds me of one of the reasons why we started doing it was to kind of like, talk about our journey as we're going through it newly sober, right? Which could help a lot of people that are maybe having those same feelings that aren't, years in, or, are fresh to it. So I think it's important we kind of continue to talk about our struggles and daily thoughts, or how people are, I think it just helps people too.
I think so too, man. Helps people relate, man.
Yeah. It helps us.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Helps us.
Yeah. One thing I find about NA,
you looking at the sky, Dave. Help me. Help me. I used to say that all the time when I was all fucked up.
Just bury my head in my couch. Hold my head.
Oh man. That Adams episode reminded me a lot about you, especially the K. I was like, there's no way he's about to say KFC.
Yeah, I could see you anticipating KFC, and then you just bust out laughing. That's not a joke, man. Honest to God, 3 days in a row up. I'd finally get to sleep. As soon as I'd wake up, I'd go to KFC, 2 big box meals, and just flatten both of them, then right back at it for another 3 days. Like,
could you eat KFC right now?
No.
Or is it gone?
I don't know. Just it reminds me of some just shit times, just like
yeah.
Just fucking a gremlin there, just shoving as much food in my face as I could. Oh,
that damn Colonel.
Yeah. Dirty bird.
Dirty bird.
Yeah.
I like Mary Brown's.
Yeah, Mary Brown's is sweet too, man.
I just had it tonight.
Yeah, I would have had Mary Brown's more, but there was no Mary Brown's drive-through, and I was just like in a state where I wasn't going anywhere in public. I didn't want anyone to see me. I'd be like in my vehicle. Sometimes I'd pay for the KFC to get delivered to the door because I didn't want to leave. Like KFC legitimately was like 30 seconds from where I was staying. Yeah.
That's fun.
Don't want to go back there.
No.
Fuck. Anyway, guys.
Well, what do you think?
Oh, happy Canada Day, everybody.
Happy Canada Day.
And happy Tuesday, because this is when it's being released.
I got a question.
Yep.
What do you guys do?
You got a question?
Yeah.
You froze that time, buddy.
Yeah.
I say, you got a question, Jared?
Yeah.
Right.
What do you guys do when you're in a mental rut and you just are having a hard time getting yourself out of it? What tools do you guys use?
Dave?
Mark? Well, I think you got to go back to, I don't know. Are you asking me like what I do or what you could do, or both?
Oh, what you would do?
I don't know, like, man, like what I usually try to have if it's at nighttime, try to have a sauna. Whenever I'm feeling kind of like off or whatever, I make sure I mix a sauna that night. Now that it's nicer weather too, like jumping in the lake just kind of fucking refreshes me. I try not to stay up too late too that night. Like if I'm kind of grumpy, like I don't push it and like try to hang out too much longer and just kind of shut her down and reset for the night and wrap that day up and get up and get back at her tomorrow. Maybe do a check. Like the other day when I was kind of grumpy, I couldn't remember if I took my medication. I have a pretty good routine where I usually take my pill right after I brush my teeth, but I honestly couldn't remember if I took it. So I tried to do an inventory of like kind of what went on that day. Maybe I missed out. Maybe that was why. I don't know. It's kind of sometimes just write it off too. Just fuck it. Bedtime.
I do that time too.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking tough out today. Tomorrow's a new day, and might wake up on the right side tomorrow. But Jared, excellent question. I think I revisit my routine and be like, what am I not doing? And that normally helps a lot. And then I tough it out. I don't want to fucking do any of them when I'm in that rut, right? I'm like, fuck going to the gym, or I don't want to journal or whatever. Then I force myself to do it, and that helps a bit. But like you said, sometimes it's just not happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think too, like when you take that inventory, don't beat yourself up over the fact you didn't do it. Like I kind of slacked and like I was gonna work out the other day and I didn't, and then I was like, fuck, like I really didn't have a lot going on that day. I could have mixed in a workout and I didn't. But then I made sure when I woke up the next day, it was like first thing I did, it was like, okay, I'm gonna get that in so it's fucking done, and I at least feel better about that. So like try to fixed right away the next day what kind of went wrong the day before, if that makes any sense. Not dwell on
you
the
summed up
on
what I
this.
was trying to get out perfectly.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
I find like overthinking things is crucial for me. If I start overthinking and then I'm overthinking and then my mind's just fucking gone. So
yeah,
I'm working on that in therapy right now, actually.
Yeah. I used to be really bad at that too.
Oh man. That was like, even when I missed a couple podcasts, I'm like sitting there talking to Bree and I'm like, I'm like literally saying, do you think they hate me to her? And she's like, shut up.
Yeah, we absolutely don't hate you.
No, I know that, but like that's how negative my thoughts can get at some points.
Yeah,
and that's how bad of a rut I was in.
Man, I have those like thoughts too. I'm like, am I like a fucking burden to be here? Like shit like that.
Yeah,
but you're not, man. You're great.
no, yeah.
Those affirmations stuff. You are amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy though how many people actually have those type of thoughts when they shouldn't be thoughts at all, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
The one thing I always, the one book I read, I think I mentioned it before too, and I might have said it on one of the podcasts, I don't know, but like that whole internal thought and thinking yourself and beating yourself up like that. And if you had like, it's amazing that you allow yourself to do that to your own brain and to yourself. When if you had someone in your life to talk to you like that, you would fucking not talk to them, right? You'd cut them out, but you allow yourself to fucking beat yourself up, which is fucking crazy, but
it is.
We all do it.
Yeah. And then I like feel bad for Bree sometimes because I'm like beating myself up so bad, getting myself so miserable. Then I'm being negative to her. Then I'm making her upset. And it's just a vicious cycle. And it's like, what? And then you sit there and think, and you're like, why am I doing this? And then it comes out differently. And it's just all a shit show. But yeah, those are just things that you need to work on, I think, in early sobriety.
I mean, I think the big thing for you too, if you don't like, I don't want to speak for you, but like making sure you got the time. Cause like, I sometimes look like just knowing your schedule and like how much you work and then like your drive to work and fit the podcast and meetings, family life. I'm like, man, this guy, there's only 24 hours in a day plus sleep. Like, I just know how much you're busy. So you just got to make sure that you're like, I know it's, again, I think I mentioned before, easy for me to say, but making sure you get time for your family and yourself and sobriety and all that, right?
Yeah.
Easy on the side jobs too.
Yeah. I'm taking it easy on those. I gotta.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I don't mean that. Hey, I don't mean it in a bad way. By the way, I just
oh no,
busy guy, right?
No,
yeah.
That's positive criticism. That's
yeah. Thanks,
man.
Wow.
Thank you.
Constructive.
I totally agree with everything you just said. So
yeah.
All right, gentlemen, let's wrap this bad boy up.
Sounds good.
You or someone you know is struggling with addiction, please reach out and ask for help. Thank you guys for listening. Please like, subscribe, follow, share it with your friends. Have a great day.